Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Just when you thought the Olympics, or the woke Olympics as I now call it, couldn't get any worse, they do. Believe you me, once I share the headline or even the actual story that we're going to be talking about today, you guys will be shocked and even more outraged and be even more thankful that you're boycotting the Olympics and not watching it. Personally, I'm getting sick and tired of the wokery and the ideologies being pushed on a huge and widespread scale. It wasn't bad enough that they decided to mock God and mock Christians during the opening ceremony, which, by the way, they are rushing to get rid of as much footage or any footage that went around. They're copyright striking everything that pertains to the opening ceremony. Why is that? They're now hiding what they did because there was so much outrage, because a lot of the Christians all around the world and even some non-Christians voiced their concerns and their anger over what they did. They issued a statement. I'm not going to call it an apology because it wasn't an apology. Far from that. I've even seen some Christians online, believe it or not, say that it was an apology. I completely disagree with you all that say that it was an apology. And I know a lot of people on this show didn't see it as an apology either. It was more a backward statement of trying to backtrack on something that you know you've done wrong, but you refuse to actually admit that you've done wrong in the first place. It's called woke mumbo jumbo debauchery or something along those lines. And also, Bishop Barron, if you didn't see the end of that video, the apology video, definitely go watch the very end of it. Bishop Barron says it really, really well. Honestly, like, he looks at the apology and have a look at his take. I loved what he said. That's why I included it at the end of the video, because there's things that he says that, yes, I could say, but he just says it better. That's just the truth of it. So not only did that all happen, and I also mentioned in one of my other videos that 175 people, part of the LGBT community, are competing in the Olympics. I don't care if you're gay and you compete in the Olympics. By all means, be gay and compete in the Olympics. You're an athlete still. You're not crossing over to the female side. But there's also trans people, evidently trans, that are deciding to compete in the Olympics and have been cleared to compete in the Olympics. And guess what sport these two trans women have been cleared to compete against women in the Olympics in? Boxing. Of all the sports you can possibly pick to allow men to compete against women in, you choose and allow boxers. I mean, you can't make any of this stuff up. The Olympics is going down the absolute drain. And the ones that are really suffering are the actual decent Olympians that have worked enormously hard to get there. And now their feats and their achievements won't be seen by many people because the wokeness has annoyed the living hell. And not just that, but also Christians are annoyed and angered over this wokeness. They've gone too far. So this is a story that we're going to be discussing today. Two biological male boxers, which, by the way, this initial headline from the Daily Mail was two trans boxers. They've changed it because they don't want to include male in the title, and let you all know that how insane this actually is. Two trans boxers, transgender women, biological men, have been cleared to compete in the Olympics as women despite being disqualified from the World Championships last year, as former athletes claim that gender ideology will get women killed. Damn right it will. Iman Khalif of Algeria and Lin Yu Ting of Taiwan are the boxers in question. So here's Iman. This is what he looks like. And there's another photo circling around of the Asian dude from Taiwan. Two boxers, biological men, who were banned from the World Championships for being deemed biologically male, have been cleared to compete at the Olympics as women. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. So the first thing you want to do is mock God, mock Christians, and now you want to put the life and the risk of actual women's lives on the line by allowing male boxers to compete against women. Are you nuts? What is wrong? Is there no common sense anymore with the Olympics? Or has it just gone absolutely down the toilet and down the drain? They want to allow this woke insanity to take over literally everything and potentially put the lives of real women at risk. Goodness me, where is the common sense? There is none. So you're going to have two biological males who have greater force and more strength than that of a woman compete against a sport which already causes a lot of damage when you got men versus men and women versus women. But now you're going to make it even worse when you got a biological man that's got more force versus somebody that's got less force and is a lot weaker specimen. That's not sexist to say, by the way. That is actual fact. That is biology for you. Males are stronger. They are faster, and they are also ones that endure a lot more as well. I'm not saying that women can't endure because they go through childbirth. But what I'm saying is when you put a male fist against a female head, usually what happens is a great deal more damage than that if a female, her hand or her fist goes to a male head. But of course, the Olympics, the woke Olympics, don't care about that. Nah. Men, if you want to identify as being women, we're going to make a statement to the entire bloody world, aren't we? A row has erupted in Paris after it emerged that Iman Khalif of Algeria and Lin Yu Ting of Taiwan were thrown out of the tournament last year amid questions over their biological sex. Oh, we're going to question their biological sex. Hello? They're biological men. Why need to question that? Oh, got to. Because the woke ideology says we need to. But IOC bosses said both meet eligibility criteria and will box over the coming days. Who are these bosses? Honestly, I think we're going to see some very alarming things take place over the coming days when these two people decide to compete against the likes of women. If I was the woman having to compete against this dude, I would pull out. I would say, no way in hell am I facing a man. I don't care if it's the Olympics, whatever else. I'm going to get demolished. I'm going to get schooled here. Or you could be incredibly brave and basically be on full display and be like the martyr and allow that guy to beat you to a bloody pulp and show the world this is what happens when you allow men to enter into female-only spaces. Choice is yours. I think boycotting it even more would be a well-earned thing, if you ask me. Northern Ireland great Barry McGuinn described the situation as shocking, while a former Olympian claimed that gender ideology will get women killed. The pair were disqualified from the Women's World Boxing Championships in March 2023 in New Delhi after a series of DNA tests were ordered amid concerns over the sex of those taking part. So you couldn't tell that they're not actually women, they're men. Quite easy to see, if you ask me. At the time, Umar Kremlev, president of the International Boxing Association, IBA, claimed the tests had proven the athletes, including Khalif and Yu Ting, had XY chromosomes, which, according to biology, means you're male. He added that they uncovered athletes who were trying to fool their colleagues and pretend to be women. Of course, we can't have that in world professional boxing because at least they've got a little bit of common sense. But the Olympics, the woke Olympics, oh, by all means, we don't care about women's safety at all. All we care about is looking a certain way. We got to be inclusive. We're the Olympics. We're the organization that is going to destroy the fabric of society and endanger the lives of many women. All because your ideology says that you need to do that. Unreal. But the IBA has been stripped of the right to run Olympics boxing competitions amid concerns over governance, and the IOC says all athletes involved are eligible to compete. with current rules viewed as more relaxed than those of the IBA. Sure, let's not care about women's safety anymore. Let's forget it. The IOC is doing the wrong thing. World Professional Boxing doesn't know what they're doing by disqualifying the likes of men from competing against women. So we're gonna change that in the Olympics. Remember, we're the woke Olympics. After the disqualification, Mexico's Brianda Tamara came forward with her own experience of fighting Khalif earlier in the tournament. When I fought, love how they changed the pronouns to be all inclusive, don't you? When I fought with this person, I felt very out of my depth. Why are you saying her for? Because the person's not a her. It's a biological dude. She wrote on X, the person's blows hurt me a lot. I don't think I ever felt like that in my 13 years as a boxer, nor am I sparring with men. But you are facing a man. Okay? Thank God that day I got out of the ring safely, and it's good that they finally realized. Well, not really. It doesn't really matter if they realize or not. They're still allowing the dude to compete. But Khalif, a welterweight, is due to fight Italy's Angela Carini on Thursday and Yu Ting, a featherweight, in action on Friday. According to feminist website Redux, both are thought. Gotta love the grammar here. Are impacted by a difference of sexual development, DSD, a series of medical conditions identified at birth where genitalia is atypical in relation to chromosomes. So they're biologically male, have the physique of a male, have the force of a male, but got genitalia that may present female. Okay. McEwen is among those questioning the situation. It's shocking that they were actually allowed to get this far. What is going on? Elsewhere, Nancy Hogshead, the American swimmer who won 3 golds at the 1984 Games, waded into the row claiming that gender ideology will get women killed. Hogshead wrote, Iman Khalif of Algeria and Lin Yu Ting of Taiwan are scheduled to compete in women's Olympic boxing, despite being disqualified last year for having XY chromosomes, the male phenotype. Let's remind ourselves that males, whoever they identify, pack a punch that is 162% more powerful than women. The biggest performance gap between men and women. Gender ideology will get women killed. One ex-user added, men punching women is now officially an Olympic sport. How about that? The woke Olympics has made it possible for men to beat up women. Well done, Olympics. Great to be known for that, isn't it? An IOC spokesperson said, all athletes participating in the boxing tournament comply with the competition's eligibility and entry regulations, which must be extremely weak if you're allowing a biological man to verse and box up a real female, as well as all applicable medical regulations in accordance with the Paris 2024 boxing unit. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it safe, but I think the entire world is going to actually see what will unfold in a couple of days' time. And God help those real women facing these biological dudes. This is not going to be good. Not only is it unfair, but it's cheating and it's really absurd if you ask me. So anyway, let's just see what takes place. But thank you all so much for watching. You guys take care. You be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.